organized religions, in my opinion, have to face that time has come for a big change. We cannot continue with this type of religious, so-called religious government, which is actually also the reason why we are still having all these terrible wars on the planet. We have to change all that, and to do that, we really need to be. We need to kick some ass, as they say in the United States, and that has to be done by someone showing us that there is a larger reality.
So yeah, I think this is really interesting, and it's also I can also see that there is a lot of potential danger this in terms of how this might be used. I mean, again, I'm just coming to this from the perspective of trying in a way to be objective and try to understand that if this has been the strategy in the past, and I agree with you, Terje, about the religion being an established belief system for those in the power structure to put the rest of humanity under their control, basically. How do we know that this topic of ET won't be used in the same way as a new religion by the current power elite? And there is a danger in there, isn't it?
Of course there is a danger. And as long as there are people with big egos, we will always have that problem. So, it's like... I think a very nice analogy is the communists, the idea behind communism, because I believe, that idea was a very idealistic idea that everyone should have the right to get what they needed, but it didn't work because of the human ego. And the same thing here is that we have a possibility now to rise up to a whole new level of how we organize things on this planet. But as long as the human ego is as strong as it is, it will create an enormous amount of problems on the way. So the key to solve this whole issue is actually how do we deal with the human ego? How do we change the human ego? And I think the human ego the key is that we have to change our human DNA. I think it's in the DNA system. It has developed over so many years, so we have to come to a point where actually our DNA system has to be altered or to be modified. And I believe that our visitors, who probably also have been part of the creation of the human species, they have that key. They have the key to change the human DNA system, and if we invite them, if we allow them, we could actually create a whole new race on this planet, which have a much more sympathetic type of ego structure than the existing species. And I think that maybe is what's happening with the so-called indigo children.
So, Terje, what you're saying is you don't think that human race is incapable of changing our psychology or our outlook on life? We have to do this by going into the genetic code of the human being?
I believe that maybe 20% of the human population has the ability to follow these new ideas, but 80% are so stuck in their egos that they don't have that ability. So either they have to be diminished or they have to change. If we are going to change the situation, I believe that the key is manipulating or changing the human DNA.
Interesting. So, just to raise another point on top of this, to put another, stick in the spokes, so to speak, and to highlight another possibility. How do we know as well that their intentions, ET's intentions, is good as well? Could we still be looking at a possibility that they are trying to change us in order to, yet another level of subjugating us to under their control? What do you think?
Again, an extremely interesting question, because it leads us actually to the question of what is creation, and what are the other species that are out there, and are there many levels of species? Are there many levels of intentions, of ego structures, etc., etc.? Of course, we have no guarantee for that species or other civilizations coming here have our best intentions. The only thing I can think of is that if someone really wanted to destroy us or take over the planet, they would probably have done that eons ago. The fact that we still are here, and the fact that we still seemingly have a kind of a freedom of choice, gives me hope, because I think if someone wanted to use us and destroy us or whatever, that would have happened a long time ago. I believe that we are on this planet probably amongst the not so very well developed species in the cosmos. We are on a very barbaric stage in our development. We still are very animalistic in our ways of being. Our egos are very protective of our species, and that's what creates all these problems. If you think of it, when this planet was architectured by someone, if it was God or if it was other ETs or whatever, they came up with these enormous amounts of species that they wanted to put out here as inhabitants of this fantastic blue planet. And after having created or developed all these species, the question, of course, rose, how are we going to feed them? Well, then someone came up with the genius idea, let them eat each other. That's how they're going to be fed. They are going to eat each other. And that's kind of the animal way of this perpetuum mobile, which is the living life on this planet. It lives by eating itself. So fantastic. But we as a human species have kind of we are stuck in that same paradigm. We are also eating ourselves. We are kind of cannibalistic because we are killing each other all the time to try to protect our own interests. And as long as we are part of that paradigm, things will not change to the better. So we have to take the step out of that paradigm and let our souls take more control over our egos and over the whole situation, and lead us into a new dimensional or lift us up to a new dimension. And I think that is actually what we're on the edge of, or which is this shift that we're kind of in, and right. That many people are talking about, the shift of consciousness. It will lift us out of the animalistic paradigm and into a more spiritual type of paradigm. And I'm so excited about this, because I really feel that that's the thing that's going on, and the ET question is just a part of it, and it helps us to speed it up. That's what I feel.
Interesting. We're going to begin to wrap things up here in a little while for now, but just again to reemphasize, in a way, what you're saying here is that we're looking at a possibility where they are considering us their responsibility because they might have had something to do with our creation. Basically, we might be seeded on this planet from them in one way, and now they're monitoring us. They're making sure that we are behaving, if I put it that way, according to what they had in plan for us. Is that a possibility here then?
Yeah, I feel that that's a possibility. And again, we must remember that there are many levels to this. On a more spiritual level, on a soul level, they are us and we are them. But we have manifested in different types of physical realities. So I believe that the species that are visiting us, they have a much stronger connection to their souls, and they are much more aware of the whole kind of holographic realm that we are a part of in this cosmos. And as a human species, we are just living in a corner of it. We just see a small piece of the whole system. I believe they see much more the whole, the big system, and they have found out that now it's time to take the human species to open up a little more, open the door a little bit more to the real, the true realm of reality, and that's what I believe is happening right now.
This has been very interesting, Terje. We would love to have you back, for another hour later down the road. But for now, let's begin to wrap things up, and let's conclude talking a little bit more about some of your films, some of your website, obviously, well, where people can go. And currently, you do have the day before disclosure up for free viewing on the site as well, so people can go there and take a look. But tell us a little bit about some of the other movies, and of course, give us the website address again, Terje.
Yeah. Well, first of all, the website address is newparadigm.no. And I have to say that up till now, we have had the day before disclosure up for free, the whole film. And it's been on our YouTube channel, which you can access from our website. The situation right now is that after 6 months of showing the film for free, and it has been viewed by around 500,000 people, we have now decided to try to take it into TV distribution, because we see from the views that maybe we have reached as many people as we can now on the free viewing. And the thing is that if we are taking this on to TV, which we are trying now both in Europe and the United States and also in Asia, we have to, because of the TV deals, we cannot have the whole film out for free anymore. So it's just the first third of the film that's for free, and you have to pay a fee for seeing the rest, because or else we are not able to get this on TV. And
sure, of course.
We want it on TV because that has, of course, a much, much larger audience. And so for a period of time, maybe for the next year, we have to do it that way. But our intention has all the way been to try to get this film out to as many people as possible, because we believe that, both the internet, DVDs, and TV are the most powerful media we have, and to reach as many people as possible, we have to use these channels. But that's the situation right now, and our website, newparadigm.no, you can see this film, at least parts of it. You can also see the video archives with all the interviews. You have to pay a small fee because we need some money to continue this work. And you can also buy the other films that we have. We have 2 other films, one on crop circles, which has also been on film festivals and won prizes, and also on the Hessdalen phenomenon, the special Norwegian phenomenon up in mid-Norway. There we have an own documentary on that called The Portal. So please feel free to visit our website, and again, I'm very happy and very honored to be on your show. So thanks a lot.
Absolutely. And again, then the website newparadigm.no, and people can obviously, donate to help you guys out, and obviously get DVD copies to support you guys further. And I'm glad and excited to have some Scandinavian friends up here that are interested in these topics and can, address them and highlight some of these difficult questions as well. And 3 movies out there currently, obviously. Are you continuing now? Are you working on something else, Terje, or are you trying to promote?
We have 3 new projects in the pipeline. One project is on health and what do you say in English? Our digestive systems, what we humans need to, or how we can kind of take care of our bodies. That's one project. It's called a film called Living Health. We have a film on new energy systems, where we try to bring out the science that is going on new free energy systems, anti-gravity systems that are, there are so many interesting projects in this area that are going on now, but it has a lack of funding and very difficulties to get patents, because they are dealing with things that challenge the laws of physics, and we also have a major project called The Concept, which is a film that will show how the Eastern mystics now, or the wisdom of the Eastern mystics, is merging with the new science of consciousness. And as you of course know, there is a very interesting conference in Stockholm, Sweden, next week, which we will be at, that is dealing with conscious or science and research on consciousness. And this is also the topic for our next film, which is called The Concept. And hopefully we will finish that film in maybe 18 or 24 months from now.
Yeah, that's indeed how long it takes to work on these things. And but again, you and your team are obviously doing a great work. So keep it up. And we've really enjoyed having you with us here today and talking with you. So let's try to get together if you have some time for us later down the road, Terje. But for now, thank you very much for coming on.
And thank you so much for having us on. It's been a pleasure and an honor. Thank you.